I am so unreasonably upset right now. Before we get to today's video, I want to take a moment to talk about Patreon. That's right, we are on Patreon now, and we have a bunch of tiers with a bunch of great rewards. You can subscribe and get things like early access to all reactions, depending on your tier, depends on which reactions you get early access to. You can vote on polls exclusive to patrons that will help determine future reaction series and more. You will get to just have various choices in terms of like getting to choose future reactions I react to, getting to choose first impressions I check out, all kinds of different rewards, and possibly more coming in the future. We're still new at this. We're still figuring things out. It's a process. It's a process. But we have multiple tiers, so whatever you would be able to donate, if you're able and willing to donate, is appreciated. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, it helps us grow. It's going to help just, standardly. It's just something new to check out. Plus, if you like getting the reactions early, that's also a plus. But it is optional. If you're unable to do it, that's completely fine. All reactions will come to YouTube just a little bit later, a week later or so. So that all being said, thank you as always so much, and let's get on with today's video. And with that being said, hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to the new Helluva Boss music video, Shark Boy Summer. The existence of this irritates me for a number of reasons. Partially because, can we just let Chaz die? Like, not just, like, literally, like, as a character, but I mean, just in terms of, like, can we just not bring him back? Why do we keep bringing him back? And this, I feel like this probably completely, proves that the people who were saying, oh, the previous short that released on April Fool's Day was an April Fool's joke. Chaz isn't really alive. Well, this kind of proves otherwise, doesn't it, Karen? This kind of proves that, no, he did fake his own death. And that was all bullshit, because why the fuck not? Because we're going to take one of the worst characters this show has made and bring him back to just be annoying constantly. But no, that's not the only reason I'm irritated. Because the problem is this music video was not advertised to be a music video. Every bit of advertising leading up to this had been advertising it as a short. Here's the problem with that. This is like 2 minutes long, including credits, because it's a music video. It's not a short. Shorts are 3 times as long as this. But also, again, I was expecting a short today. I was expecting a short. I was expecting something like that would be hopefully more interesting. And like the previous short, hopefully we'd continue to delve more into these characters. But instead, we get a stupid little music video about a character that I know I'm not the only one who can't stand. I know that for a fact. I know Chaz has some fans for some reason. I don't understand it. You're allowed to like whoever you like. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. But I'm also not going to lie and say that I get why. Because I don't. Like, there's characters who I may not like, but I can understand why some people would like Stryker. But Chaz is one of those characters that it's like, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't get, like, finding him entertaining or funny or likable to any degree. It makes no sense to me. Again, you're allowed to like whoever you like. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to, like, yuck on your yum or whatever. Like, that's entirely a subjective thing. But I'm allowed to share my subjective opinions too. And I think that he's one of the worst characters made for this show. And I'm not just talking about, like, oh, I just don't like him in terms of his personality, though that is also true. I don't think he's a well-made character. Like, Chaz comes across as a joke character at best. Like, there are side and, like, super minor side characters and almost background characters in this series that feel more like actual characters than him. Wally Wackford feels like more of an actual character. Wally actually feels like he has character to him. Chaz feels like he's just there to be a joke, a gag, and nothing else. But the problem is, again, he's not funny. I don't find him the slightest bit funny, the slightest bit entertaining. He's annoying. He's annoying as sin. Like, pretty much everybody actively hates him. But for some reason, apparently, like, everybody slept with him to the point where he had all those people at his faked funeral. And it's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Sorry about the dog barking. The male person's here. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me why they would keep bringing him back. Like, is the VA just, like, personal friends with Vivzy Pop or something? Like, does Chaz keep being brought back because of that? It's like there's so many characters who this show seems to be completely avoiding in terms of building up and developing. And you bring back fucking Chaz? That almost seems like disrespectful. But again, it wouldn't be as big of an issue for me if this was advertised to be a music video, but it wasn't. It was advertised as a short. It was specifically said that a new short was releasing today, Saturday the 16th, and it's just like... And it's not a short. It's just not a short. Yes, it's a short video because it's only 2 minutes, but it's a music video. Those are two entirely separate things. Not to mention, like, everybody was thinking this was going to be a Veronica thing. Everybody was thinking it was going to be centering around Veronica. Apparently, that's just not it at all. And so it's like, I know that there was no evidence really to support that. And that's more of me just getting my hopes up. Because I would have rather seen more with Veronica. Although there's, again, many, many other characters who deserve much more development and deserve to actually be featured in these shorts than even her. I would rather see Tex. I think Tex would make a better character for one of these shorts. I think, honestly, any of the deadly sins that we haven't focused on, because you think they're going to all have a focused episode in this actual series proper? No. I very much doubt it. So it's like, yeah, I'm irritated because we were promised something that we just didn't get. And we were given something that feels like just so out of left field and goes against, again, what we were promised. And you know why they did it. You know that they advertised it this way to get people excited about it, to get the word out so that people would check it out. If they advertised this as a Chaz music video, it probably would flop. They did this specifically to try to get more people to watch. But the problem is, once the thing is released anyways, people are going to see it's a Chaz music video, so a lot of people are just not going to watch anyway. So, I don't know. The only reason I'm watching it is to, like, just keep things going with this. To make it so that, like, you know, I continue to react to Helluva Boss, but this is just I'm gonna go into this with hopefully an open mind as best I can. I'm gonna try to give it a chance, and maybe the song will be good, even though again it's just even super short in that regard. Like less than 2 minutes for this song, and it's like, just why at that point? Also, why are we getting a summer short in the middle of May? Why not wait to release this till next month? Or again, not even a short, a music video. Why are we getting a summer music video in May instead of waiting to release it till next month? That just really doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm glad that season 3 is starting this fall. And I'm assuming we'll probably have at least a couple more shorts before then. Like actual shorts. But it's just like, I'm just really disappointed by the majority of the extra content that Helluva Boss puts out. And it's like, some people will say like, oh, but beggars can't be choosers. It's like, sure, I'm glad we're getting extra content, but at the same time, I can still be critical of the content itself. I can still not like the content we've been getting for the most part. I am allowed to have an opinion. It's like, just miss me with that bullshit. Don't tell me that I'm not allowed to be disappointed by the content a series puts out. It's just... Let's just get into it, see what we have in store. Yeah. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. Welcome back to the Afterthoughts. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, so I looked up on Twitter and everybody's pissed about this. And yeah, like, Eric, the voice of Chaz, he knew that this was going to happen. Like, he was trying to do, like, that's why he had that stream and everything explaining the short, quote unquote. And it was just, it just amounted to him trying to, like, say, like, oh, well, the fans assumed it was something, but we never actually said it was. Fuck you, yes, you did. All the advertising for this one said it was a short, which the crew absolutely leaned into. Every bit of advertising. On top of that, a lot of the advertising was also specifically centering around Verosika. It's like, oh, you're going to make videos centering around Verosika? And when everybody is believing that it's going to be about Verosika, and you're going to say, and you're going to blame the fucking fans for that shit? No, like, listen. If this was just some bullshit, like, oh, it's just not good, and it's just, you know, the same stupid joke again with no actual, like, redeeming value, that would be one thing. But the fact that you're going to just bullshit the fans and try to gaslight us into thinking that we're the ones in the wrong, despite, like, everything that you did in your power to push the belief that, one, this was going to be a short, and two, that this was going to be about Verosika, No, this is on you. This isn't just bad. At this point, it's insulting. Because again, if they had, if the fact is, they knew this bullshit was going to happen. They knew that this was going to get pushed back. They knew that people were going to be pissed about this. That's why they literally did this entire like explanation stream thing to literally try and quell the crowds. Or you could just not do something that you know is going to be received poorly by your fandom. You could just do that. Oh, but yeah, the music video was also shit, by the way. Like, yes, it was well animated and everything. The song was absolute shit. It was bad. It was really bad. Lyrically bad, musically bad, it was bad. It's the worst song in the entire Helluverse by far. Which is wild, because it's not even just a Chaz thing, because his other song, like in the episode he debuted in, was not like amazing or anything, but wasn't like this terrible. It's just like, it was just the same thing over and over again. It was like so like aggressively annoying. I guess there were some fun background designs, and there are those two demon girls doing the caramel dancing, which kind of amused me. Because I enjoy caramel dancing. But it's like this you know what this feels like to me? This feels like the how the creators of Teen Titans Go will blame and bitch toward the viewers for not liking the series. Do you remember when that happened? How like people who love the original Teen Titans series were like pissed off at Teen Titans Go for being, a bad show and complained about it constantly. And so the creators were started blaming the viewers for their expectations, and then actually started putting it into episodes, painting the viewers as the bad guys and as being ungrateful and as being, choosy beggars and shit. That's what this feels like. It feels like they're actively insulting us with that bullshit statement of a stream that was made, again, specifically, clearly to... I'm just getting more and more pissed. I'm really, really, really angry about this. And again, not because of the short itself, or the music video itself. I keep wanting to call it a short because it was supposed to be a short. But it's because of the lies. It's because of the blatant, just in-your-face lies in terms of the advertising of this. And just the bullshit statements being made after the fact. That was prepared to be made after the fact. If they had advertised that this was going to be a music video and was going to be about Chaz, there would be no problem. I still wouldn't like it. It would still be bad, but it wouldn't be a problem because they would have been honest with us. They would have been, open about what was coming out. Everybody was expecting, a short, not a 2-minute music video. Those 2 minutes, including the credits. Again, I'm not even the only one who's pissed. I'm seeing it all over Twitter. I specifically checked. I wasn't even looking anything specific up. I just went onto Twitter and just started scrolling down, and it's everywhere. People are pissed, and rightly so. This was just not good. At this point, they need to do damage control, like actual damage control. They need to get a proper PR team to actually, like, handle everything. They have to actually start advertising their stuff authentically. And I'm not saying they have to give all the information out, but again, don't advertise a music video as a short, and don't advertise it specifically with Veronica if Veronica's not even going to be in it. Especially after everybody already thinks Veronica's going to be in it. Because then you're just playing into something that's not going to happen, and you're purposefully letting your viewers down. You are intentionally lying to them at that point. It's just, it feels so insulting. And it sucks because I love Helluva Boss. I love Has Been Hotel. They're up there in terms of shows that I love just overall. And especially, like, I just recently was thinking about, like, specifically shows that have come out, animated shows that have come out in the 2020s and all. And both of these are, like, up there for it. They're, like, Has Been Hotels in my top 10, and Helluva Boss is right under that. Because I love these shows. And I've already had my issues with most of the shorts, but at least for the most part, they're advertised properly. At least for the most part, it's like, it just doesn't end up, like, working, in my opinion. It's not insulting, but this just wasn't okay. The way this was handled, the way it's been, like, already, like, handled afterwards. And again, prepared to be handled this way afterwards. I'm going to keep bringing that up. I'm just... This might be the worst thing that the Helliverse has put out. Because of the lies. Again, if it wasn't for that, it would just be a bad short. Or a bad music video. I'm going to keep doing that because I expected a short today. And then you also have the thing at the end with, like, Crimson, like, reading the newspaper, and it said, like, Chadwick Thurman still missing or whatever. And you saw Crimson look up at the, like, at his wall of trophies and stuff. And so it's like, it's just, they're confirming more and more and more that Chaz is alive. They're making such a massive point at confirming that he is alive. And I'm wondering if that's why this was made. But I thought I saw something saying that this was in the works for a while. So that doesn't even make sense. Because I was thinking for a second, like, oh, what if this was made to, like, kind of deal with the fact that people weren't sure after that Chaz short if he was actually alive or not, because it was, like, unclear if it was just an April Fool's Day joke or not. And I'm like, oh, could this music video have been made to express to people that, oh yeah, he really is alive? But no, again, apparently this was in the works for a long time. And so it's like, that's just not the case. This just... I mean, maybe they put that part in. Maybe they put the part in with, like, him... or Crimson reading that at the end and everything to just kind of, like, make it very clear that, yeah, that he is alive, and that it's like the rest of the music video and the idea was in the works for a long time, but not every bit of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. But because that was a big point of contention after that one short. Like, people were asking, like, oh, is this just an April Fool's Day joke? So many people were saying that it was, but there was no confirmation one way or the other. And then a lot of people were saying, like, there's no real evidence that it was just a joke. Just because it was released on April 1st doesn't mean anything. And so this, again, this kind of confirms that that is real, that he is alive, that is canon. And it's just like that. Definitely the wrong way to go with that, but that's, again, another issue. It's just, I'm just kind of in shock at how they could fumble things this bad. I'm in shock of how this is, like, this bad. Not only just in terms of the quality of the music video, but in terms of, again, the way this has been handled. I'm just so irritated about this. Whatever the next short is, presuming there's going to be more before, the fall premiere of season 3. Whatever the next short is, better be really fucking good. Because they need to make up for this. Like, they actively need to make up for this. That's how bad this was. I'm done. I'm done talking about this. I'm just gonna be like getting angrier and just I'm done. This was bad. The handling of things was bad. And honestly, at this point, I'm just going to ignore that this exists. I'm going to ignore its existence and move on. Because this is an absolute black stain on the Helluverse, and especially Helluva Boss specifically. And I just want to forget it that it exists. Outside of, putting this video up. And you're seeing this straight on YouTube. I'm not putting this up on Patreon. I'm not going to make anybody pay for this. Nobody deserves to pay for this. Nobody deserves that. So, yeah, you're seeing this same day on YouTube. All other reactions will continue to be on Patreon a week ahead of time. But this one, it's just like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm not making anybody pay for this and in any way, shape, or form. It's not even long enough to make it worth it. So, but I'm also just not doing it because of the content and because of how this was, handled. So, yeah. And I didn't even really react much during the actual reaction either. I was just kind of pissed the entire time. I think I said maybe 2 words during the entire video. Maybe more than 2 words, but you know what I mean. So yeah. I'm Connie. I'm signing off. Fuck this music video.